Hello, what is going on? I am Numbnexus, bringing you guys here into this Smogon tier update. It's been a while since we've actually gotten one, and I guess some need it, some are not, so I'd love to discuss and talk about some of them as well from my experiences with the tiers, since most of them actually went to a tier I am very well much more experienced in with all the others. So if you guys are enjoying, of course, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you already have it, and I'd love to hear feedback on the changes, up and downs. Usually how these tiers work, if you don't know how they work, there's always a few people that complain about it. They go based off on usage. That's like really used, never used, partially used, I think that's what it's called, overused. So they go based off on usage, so that's why they drop or they go up based on usage. Now just before we break down and talk about them, I just want to reiterate all the changes and moves that happened. So Trevenant moved from RU to NU, Rotom Fan moved from NU to PU, Shaman moved from UU to RU, Tornadus moved from BL2 to UU, Mega Heracross moved from BL to OU, Slurpuff moved from UU to RU, Quagsire moved from OU to UU, Muck moved from NU to PU, Cacturne moved from NU to PU, Smeargle moved from NU to PU, Girder moved from RU to NU, Pelipper, that one hurts, he moved from NU to PU, he moved down, I guess his usage did go down. Tangrowth then moved a huge jump from RU to OU, probably the biggest jump with all of the things going on right now. So let's talk first. So Trevenant moving down to NU, it does make sense a lot. He's not really good, just from my experiences. Of course, you can get the Willow and he can, recover HP back, and he's Horn Leech too and Leech Seed, but he's too slow, and then, it's just, the moves that are weak against him just doing too much damage. Damage is chipped on him constantly. I just don't, it's just from my experiences. I just don't think he's as good as how some people think that he is. So him moving down, I'm not necessarily surprised, of course, as well. Like, he kind of gets fucked by Emboar. Like, Emboar bodies him. Like, he's toasted, you can't even burn the bitch, and you can't even use for stab moves on it. So it's not a Shadow Claw. So Emboar just kind of laughs at that. So I'm not really surprised that he moved down to NU. He just doesn't really get much usage. No one really uses him, and it'd be a little weird why you'd use him over Virizion. But that's just the case. He's just not necessarily used that much in the tier, so he dropped down to NU. I actually would love to see how he works in the NU tier, though. I actually would really love to know how it works in the NU tier, because it's looking like right now that he and Girder are the only mons that move down to NU, but the thing is, though, is that Girder gets Guts and it gets Knockoff, so I wonder how it's going to work out. I'd love to see how that works out. I'd love to try it out actually down in the NU tier, I'd love to see how that goes. Rotom Fan actually moved down as well to the PU tier. This one also makes sense as well, as Rotom Fan doesn't get much usage. I know even actual Rotom gets more usage than Rotom Fan, and at the same time as well, there's Miss Maggie is right there. So it's like there's other options that are just, much more, better than this Rotom Fan. So I mean, Rotom Fan is a decent mon, though. It's pretty bulky, good typing, because Electric Flying is a good typing. So, I mean, we've seen that from Zapdos. So, I'd love to see how he actually works out in the P tier. I actually gotta see him going back up. But then at the same time, I'd love to see how, all I can say is I'd love to see how it works, because at the same time, I can't see him doing enough work in the PU tier, since Pelipper just went down there. Literally Cacturne as well. Most of the mons that went down there, he seems like he can hold his own against. Just even the common threats like that. I haven't played PU in a while, so I really can't tell you some common threats. And I don't know if Machoke is still there or not, but Machoke is very, very, very annoying. So if Machoke is still there, then hey, Dynamic Punch. But I mean, he just Dynamic Punch and Ice Punch, but that will be very, very, very annoying. Machoke is very annoying. I don't know any PU player, you can understand my struggle, anybody's struggle. Machoke is very annoying to deal with, because he just breaks all laws and logic with Pokemon. He just Dynamic Punches, and he just RNG City. Now this one is really weird. Shaman moving down to UU to RU. I have actually noticed a huge decrease in Shaman's usage in the UU tier. I rarely see the thing at all, and just there are other options that people just decide to use, so I'm guessing that is the reason why his usage went down. But in the RU tier, I'd like to see how that works. Of course, Venusaur is there as well, but with Slurpuff and Shaman moving both down and Venusaur handling both the two of them, now sure, Shaman can learn Air Slash and Psychic. Does this mean that Calm Mind Shaman? Is that what it means? I'd love to know. I'd love to know. Not Calm Mind Shaman, Calm Mind Slurpuff is exactly what I'm trying to say. Actually would love to know if we're gonna see some more usage of Calm Mind Slurpuff to kind of reiterate on the Venusaur, but no, Venusaur could be a little problematic right now, is what I'm trying to say. Venusaur actually can be very problematic to the Shaman if Slurpuff drops. But I think they're just gonna have to find ways to adapt, you know? I'd love to see the usage there with Shaman though. It seems like he can actually hold his own on a lot of threats, and Shaman is one of those fairies that has base 100 across the board, so he's very bulky, has very good tools, you know, recovery, you know, status infliction, he could just remove that, and he also gives status infliction. Shaman just has a lot of things that he can even do, even tailwind support to support the rest of his teams. So there's a lot that Shaman can do that I would love to see how work out in the RU tier, though he does still get butt fucked, you know, by like the Scavalier and Venusaur now that we know of. You know, he has answers to them, he won't appreciate, you know, the answers they have for him, you know, and Emboar, like, Emboar's just really good. Like, I keep saying Emboar because Emboar's just really good. Like, he's really freaking good, you know? Next one is Tornadus, which he moved down to UU. Now this will be interesting though, since he does have acquired the Prankster ability. This will be very interesting, since you know, Tailwind, Bulk Up Acrobatics. Oh, that's such a fun set to use. That is actually a really fun set to use. Now of course there is Mega Aerodactyl there, and there's Mega Blastoise. He's also very bulky. He can take a lot of his hits, and you know, there's Mega Ampharos too, which actually almost walls the thing till no tomorrow. Like, he'd almost have to run it in Power Ice, because Mega Ampharos just walls the thing like no tomorrow. Jesus Christ. You can bulk up Superpower, but even still, you know, Mega Ampharos is just laughing at it. But I actually like the fact that he did move down though. I think that's pretty cool. He moved BL2. No, BL2 necessarily is already in the U tier. Brain fuck, I just woke up. BL2 is already in the U tier, since BL2 is BL after. It's essentially saying it's too good for RU, but not the world's best to be using in UU. So there's that. We have Mega Heracross that actually moved up to OU, which essentially it's almost the same thing, but he essentially moved up to OU. I'm guessing he's been getting more usage. I always thought it was funny though how like actual Heracross has always been getting more usage than his Mega. I just feel like actual Heracross is just a better cop out. IMO, it's just me. I like to scarf it and get the Moxie boost every single time. I like to use it more as a revenge killer than a bulky killer, since Mega Heracross and Heracross, they work two completely different ways. Like, they're just it's ridiculous how they're just two completely different ways, you know? They're just two completely different ways. Where some Megas, they have slight small changes, you know, like with the Lotties and stuff like that, but well, the Lotties are almost non-existent. With the Blastoise, he's just bulkier and can hit harder with the Mega Launcher, but like, it's ridiculous how different Mega Heracross and actual Heracross are. So their playstyles are completely different, and I honestly prefer regular Heracross' playstyle. Now, Slurpuff actually just talked about, he's a massive sweeper, so he actually could be doing a lot of work. Like, he's gonna be a amazing, clean revenge sweeper inside of the RU tier. Literally chip down half your opponent's team, make it to where all their threats are almost non-existent that are gonna be taken out to Slurpuff, and then just clean up. So, shout out to Slurpuff moving down. He did great. Quagsire moved down as well. It seems like his purpose of going up there didn't seem like it worked out too well as I thought, and he just kind of went down and no one really decided to use him in the OU tier. I know he was in there for stall. He's really good at stall teams. I know he's also there as well for like a Azumarill and Charizard X since the unaware ability. So we'll assume more for a Azumarill, and it just didn't seem like it worked out. You know, his purpose just didn't seem like it worked out. I hardly saw much of them, you know, so I guess his usage did go down heavy once he jumped up to OU, and now since he dropped down a lot, he's gonna be moving down now to the UU tier. Now Muck moving down to PU makes complete sense. Muck's usage has been going down a lot too, but it's a poison type that did go down to the PU tier with Clefairy down in there, which is gonna be very annoying to deal with. So Muck, Choice Band Muck doing some work. I think so. I think it's time to do a show on live with Choice Band Muck. Cacturne moving down as well does make me a little upset because his Pokemon is very powerful, though he does have a lot of weaknesses. Like, I think it's his typing, or like Celebi and Executor's typing is notably one of the worst typings, since it has like 50 billion weaknesses, you know? But it's the fact that Cacturne, when Swords Dance, he is just running through teams. Like, he is doing holes. He's popping holes, or he's running through teams. That's how powerful this mod is. So it does make me a little upset to see him go down, but I honestly can see him going right back up. Like, I can legitimately see him going right back up. Even the special set for Cacturne is really good too. So I would love to see this Pokemon go back up. I know personally for me, I will be using him a lot in PU sessions to bump up the usage, you know, because I think he's a little too powerful to be in PU. That's just me. Even though Pelipper did just recently move down there, which Pelipper can actually, you know, Pelipper has, it just answers and checks Cacturne so well. Hurricane, U-turn, Ice Beam, Roost on the Sucker Punch, Toxic on the Sucker Punch. I mean, no one runs Toxic Pelipper, but it's the fact that you could just accessible to that. I don't know. You could. Not saying that it's good. Not saying that it's the world's bad thing, but it's something. You know, it's something. We have Smeargle jumping down though to PU. I guess I don't really know what to say about that. Not much to say. Just usage. Girder is all moving down to the NU tier. I actually have not seen much Girder. Like I always point out, Emboar being really good in RU. There are just better options that they choose. He's at the world's fastest too. And sure, you can say the same thing about Emboar, but Emboar just hits harder. You know, like he just hits harder. You can give him a scarf. You can give him Choice Band. You know, and he just hits harder. You know, same with Virizion. Virizion is there too. He's like the faster offensive version. So there's just more answers than it is for Girder, so I'm assuming that's why he dropped down. Pelipper, oh, this makes me so upset. He dropped down to the P tier when I was so happy when he jumped up to the NU tier. He's just going right down. Now, I have rarely seen Pelippers in the NU tier, so I can't believe the usage going down and him dropping down to the PU tier. Goodness gracious, I would love to see my one and beloved Scarfed God the usage again in the PU tier, because he was like the best answer there was to Machoke, and then when it took him out, I'm like, yo, I haven't played PU since when they took him out. Oh my god. And then the last one, of course, Tangrowth jumping up to OU again. I'm assuming this is for Belliazu as well, because Belliazu, well, I mean, he can one-shot it with Player Out still, but it's like you'd have to put some speed investments into outspeed Zumaro. You know, you'd have to put some speed investments. That's gonna be a little picky bitch, but he's just jumped up. He's just jumped up. Any OU players, if you'd love to let me know, like if you could find some other type of reason. He's gonna be really good though when it comes to Saw teams as well, because just his Regenerator core, he's accessible to Leech Seed, accessible to Sleep Powder, accessible to Knockoff, Hidden Power Fire, Sludge Bomb, Earthquake, that's all best said. A lot of things you actually could do with Tangrowth. I love Tangrowth. Tangrowth is a good mon, you know? And I feel like some people who aren't even completely aware of this will see, you know, some more recognition for Tangrowth. Even though he'll most likely probably drop back down like his companions jumped up. I think the only that stayed is Amoonguss. But, you know, Tangrowth moving down might have the same fate as Quagsire here in the upcoming month. I have no idea though. But, you know, we're gonna get some more recognition for Tangrowth. But that's really gonna be it though for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry if I butchered a few things. I literally just woke up, so my mind sometimes doesn't click the best. But thank you for watching though, guys. I appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I'd love to hear your feedback down in the comments down below. And with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. Goodbye.